Basically.
Rough Edge FM. Irritatingly irresistible internet radio at roughedgefm.com.
There's so much going on in your community that even in this age of information, it's tough to keep up. This show will help. It's all about what's new, what's happening, and what's out there. So if you're ready, sit back and listen up, Santa Paula.
That's right. Listen up. Hey, we have our co-host who's finally sitting in the chair.
Special guest. He was at our.
Not a special guest. He's a co-host.
It's a special day for him today.
Yeah.
Nana.
He shows up for the first show and he
Shows up for
Yeah,
the
he
last.
shows
one.
up for the last show.
It's like he's never left. You know.
I know.
So there you go.
So this is kind of like I should have brought a box of Kleenex or something.
No. This will be a good show. It's one of our favorite shows today. Watch.
Yeah, because we're saying goodbye to you and we're saying goodbye to Jonathan.
I'm not going over yet.
Holy moly.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but you're not going anywhere here, but you're going away.
Somewhere.
Yeah.
Hopefully
So
to announce soon. So,
okay.
Yeah.
So Jonathan, how's it going?
This is all about the man right here.
Yeah.
Look at
Oh no.
this. Yeah,
Oh
look
no,
at
no.
that.
Those teeth are still pearly white.
No.
I know. I like that social post that you put on that one on the city site.
About your teeth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll miss your teeth or something.
It's true. You're like you have the brightest, whitest smile.
Best teeth in town.
Oh,
you
right.
know?
Hey, that should be a chamber award.
There you go.
Yeah, that should have been on the best of
The best
Santa
of
Paula.
Best teeth in city
Yeah.
staff.
Nice.
Yeah.
So you're going to deputy city manager for Moore Park.
Assistant city manager.
So it's
Headed-
assistant over there
Yeah.
versus deputy.
Park. Yeah.
So is this a lateral move or is this a step up? I mean, what is
I mean, it's considered a step up.
okay?
For the most, DCM as it's been here in Santa Paula, really didn't have any oversight of any departments or actual staff. And over in Moore Park and in many larger cities, the assistant city manager oversees, a couple of departments. So,
Oh, okay.
yeah.
So you'll actually have staff underneath, and
Yeah.
and you'll be in charge of certain processes.
Yeah, more in the role in Moore Park. They're looking for a chief operating officer, so somebody who's going to kind of help guide the entire staff organization, while the city manager works directly with the city council. And
That's typically an assistant city manager's role, right?
Yep.
Making sure everything runs smooth.
Yeah.
So there generally would be like it would be considered like a COO.
Yes,
Yeah.
correct.
Okay.
Yep.
And how much larger is the Moore Park compared to Santa Paula?
They're relatively close in size. I mean, they're right now at about 37,000
Okay.
population. And we're probably pushing 32 almost.
Yeah.
When the next census comes around. So, but they're also interesting enough. They're continuing to grow and continuing to build. So it looks like they have a potential development single family homes of about 700 to 800 units. Looks like they're going in.
Okay. So
And they
kind
have
of
a
a
So they're growing as well.
now. Do they have big box stores there and stuff like that, or is it?
Yes, that's one of the nice features I think that a lot of people in that community appreciate is that you've got like Target and your bigger, Michaels and
Like Marshalls or TJ Maxx or
Marshalls,
TJ.
Kohl's. I think there's a Kohl's.
Kohl's, yeah.
So they got to have a much larger budget than Santa Paula.
Yeah, I mean it's a different type of community in terms of socioeconomic.
Yeah.
It's also interesting. I think the point in where they're located, if you think in Ventura County, is that they're at that point between Simi Valley and Thousand Oaks, and they border the 23 and the 118. So it's really, if you really kind of think on the east side of the county, they're kind of like a major artery you kind of can't miss.
Oh, okay.
Right? Like if you're headed to Simi and you're coming from this area, well, you're going to cross the 20. If the 23 or the back roads, you're going to go through Moore Park.
Okay.
And if you're coming from Simi, you'll cross through. So.
Fillmore.
Yeah.
That's kind of, it's like the hub.
The main artery.
Yeah, as they come through.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
So there's two state highways that kind of go
Yeah.
through there.
And they have an in and out. So Yeah, that helped.
Puts them on the map, you know.
Yeah.
Puts them on the map. So,
Well, the In-N-Out probably takes care of the whole budget right there.
you know, I think In-N-Out is next to City Hall, so I know where I'm going to find
Oh,
you, right?
yeah. I know. I'm already in trouble, you know.
Is it really right
It's,
next
it's,
to?
it's across the
That's
street.
straight. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Okay. So you're gonna be playing Santa Claus before too long.
Hey, no, I'll be
Oh.
getting In-N-Out gift cards now. There you go. Christmas. There you go.
You know?
I love their shakes.
But
So
it's a bummer to leave Santa Paula. But
So how long were you here?
so in actually, a great question. So in October, later this month, it'd be exactly 5 years. But I also did internship work with the city before I was actually hired on for probably about 6 months or so.
Okay.
So if you count all that time, it's been 5 years. It doesn't seem like it's been that much. It's like,
I know it went by quick.
say time flies when you're having fun, right?
and you started out as the information officer.
Yes, yeah, management analyst, PIO for the city,
Okay.
and still continue to do that.
So that role kind of stayed with you.
Yeah.
But you got additional duties, and
Yep.
so what would you say your most proudest accomplishment was since you've been here?
Working with me.
yeah. I mean, it's right. I mean, I think it was like from the first week that I started.
Yeah, we talked.
He was actually my first. The chamber and John was the first kind of relationship outside of City Hall that we sat down and had lunch and found out, like, what is the chamber, working on, what's the city working on, how can we collaborate together?
Yeah.
And I think
Did that relationship exist before between the city and the chamber?
It was starting to,
Okay.
because Dan, city manager, came in a little before that.
correct.
He was there that long before you started.
Yeah.
And so it was just starting to develop.
Nice.
Yeah. So back to your point, what was your
Yeah.
greatest accomplishment?
Gosh, it depends on different levels. Like for the community and thinking about the community, I think the biggest one was working on the Measure R project. The ballot measure, and just being able to work at City Hall and then connect with so many people in the community and hear from the different nonprofits and community-based groups, and explain to them, really where the city's at and what the community's needs are. And the community's like, look, we gotta get our roads repaired, we gotta get things fixed. How do we do that? And that's really going to be the driving mechanism to help make that happen, along with so many other things.
Right.
And the fact that the community, that's what Santa Paula does well, is it, if you're open and transparent and honest about, your intentions and what's going to happen and what, the city's planning on doing, the community rallies together.
That's nice.
To come and support that. So it was really nice to see that.
Yeah, and that was one of the things that I think drew us to Santa Paula, is that it wasn't about obstacles and roadblocks and all this kind of stuff. It was about, how can we make this happen?
Yep.
So,
And you faced some challenges here, we went through
Yeah.
COVID, went through the whole thing with the police department. So there was a lot of challenges during your
Yeah.
time here also.
Yeah.
So it was, but I think being the PIO, how was that when you had to convey those messages?
Yeah, it was. It's always interesting. I mean, I think working in local government and interacting with the community, you're always gonna find people that don't have the same opinion or disagree with you. But the thing that's really cool about Santa Paula is that for the most part, I think I've seen throughout like my experience in the past 5 years, people come to the table and they express their concerns and their frustrations, and they're willing to sit down with you and have a chat with you about it and see, hey, what can we do? How can we get this turned around and fixed? And that you see that across all the different organizations, from the nonprofits to our county supervisor working with us, to the chamber,
The churches, all these groups that rally
like
together.
we're here to support each other. We don't always agree, but everybody's looking out for the best interests of Santa Paula, and that's refreshing.
yeah, because with the dynamics of politics today,
Yes, especially.
you disagree and you're the enemy.
Right.
There is no sitting down at the table and trying to come to a mutual,
Yeah.
how can we make this work for both of us? So that's really a unique
Yeah.
trait.
That's a really good point that you make, James. Yeah, especially with the politics, right, of today. Is it? But people in Santa Paula, at the end of the day, they put those differences aside to take care of and think about what impacts Santa Paula.
And they all understand their roles.
Mm-hmm.
We've all got different roles, even though we don't always agree.
Yeah.
Because I had somebody tell me that when they found out I was leaving, they're like, I didn't always agree with you, but I respected you and what you did, and the fact that I respected them for it. And they're like, just appreciate the fact that we were moving our community forward. I'm like, well, that's great. Thank you for that. But we've never really seen eye to eye, but there's a mutual respect.
Yep.
And we had the common goal of moving the city forward. So, yeah.
So, I mean, from that perspective, I mean, that was like the greatest thing. I think personally and like professionally, like as somebody who's, in this, you want to know going home at the end of the day that you feel like you're making a difference. And I know we were doing that here in the community. You could see it through different projects and programs and council strategic plans, etc. Those things are moving forward, sometimes not as fast as we want them to be. But I think, people always have to remember too, is that, you have a really dedicated staff of a small amount of individuals. This isn't a larger city. We're working on a shoestring budget, and they're out there working every single day trying to make things happen.
Doing multiple roles.
Wearing multiple hats. And you go to other cities, and one person's wearing that hat, and
Right.
and so just remembering to think about the staff that are behind the scenes that are working. Nobody's just sitting around. Like, everybody's working hard.
From sitting in this side of the chair,
Yeah.
Losing one of you would have been hard,
Yeah.
because it's like, okay, because honestly, based on the capacity that you guys served, there's obviously it's going to change my life a little bit. I'm not sure how, but I'm sure it will. And so, but losing both of you, you like totally took the carpet right out from under my feet. I'm not sure I'm very happy about this, I got to tell you.
Sorry,
Yeah.
you want to come with us?
Is it is it a John thing? Is it Jonathan John? Is it
With him leaving, I'm like, so why do I need to be here? So that's why I'm like, I'm gonna leave. So no, I mean, we're each doing it for our own personal reasons.
Yeah.
And like I've always said, if you have a better opportunity, leave for a better opportunity. If it's better for you and your family. Your family's always first. Your personal life's always first. Business is business. They'll find replacements for us, and hopefully they do better than what we do.
Mhm.
But we've done what we could at the best of our capabilities, and now it's time for the next person to take that role.
all right? Is there not just a slight little inkling of, man, I hope they really suffer with me not being there?
Oh yeah,
Just a
definitely.
little.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Did I? Oh wait,
Let
let
him-
on the air.
let him-
Okay, no. Okay.
Yeah.
Let them feel the pain of being not.
Yeah.
Let them know how much they really are going to miss me.
No, I hope for the best on everything.
Yeah.
And the city's going to continue. It's gonna thrive.
Yeah.
There'll be a little dip for a little bit, but
Mhm.
then it always comes back strong. I mean, before Jonathan came in, we took a dip, and then with the previous assistant city manager, and he was a fantastic person, and a slight dip, but then Jonathan came in and he did even better, pushed the city even more forward. So the next person will come and do the same thing as well.
That's a great point.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
we pushed it only as far as we could go.
Yeah.
And it'll be, you get people from an outside perspective or varying perspectives to come in, and they're like, wow, they were onto something there, or like, how do we expand on that, or how do we tweak it and make it even better? So
The hope is they continue.
the city's going to continue, Chamber to be in great hands. But back to your earlier question, about like, I really wanted to make sure I shared it. Like, what was the kind of the personal, professional thing? I got to say, the fellowship program that we got started here in Santa Paula has been just bar none. I think the thing that when you say like what brings you to work every day, working and interacting with them, all of the fellows, with the exception, I think, of just maybe one or two, were born and raised in Santa Paula, went through the schooling system in Santa Paula, went to go get their degrees, for the most part locally here, and then come back and to work in their own community, and then watch them learn how local government works, and then to see them work on projects and programs in collaboration with the chamber. I mean, they've done so many things together that I don't think the community, they don't always see all those things, but they
No, because a lot of them are really in the background.
yeah, they're in the background, and they but they take a lot of pride in their work, and they deliver, the trash cans downtown, and the leadership program that's been started, and the bilingual newsletter.
I think that
Let's not forget the bilingual videos.
Yeah.
the videos.
Yeah.
Everybody wants to forget the videos.
I know. But I think that's
It's like, you know what? The videos came before the newsletter.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Do we need to talk about you for a little while? Okay,
Maybe.
okay.
It just,
but I think
I'm staying. That's all I'm saying.
Okay, well, okay, you do your but I really think bringing in the fellowship program has been a game changer for our community, and that's a lot of that contributes to what you've done, and then the training they get. And it's great to see them now what they're doing beyond this, and they're going to be back as leaders. There's going to be a new city manager at some point, and maybe some other city leaders, and not Santa Paula, but they're primed and ready to go. I mean, when they left here, they were all happy about what they did and what they're accomplishing, and they've always talked about, well, we want to give back, whether it's Santa Paula or the county or whatever. So it's great to see that. I love working with them. I really did.
It really is inspiring to see them. They obviously have to grow up and go, experience other things, and they're out in other local communities and cities up in Northern California, and some of our.
I've actually had a couple of them that I ran into, like at the 4th of July and stuff. And one of them came up to me, and she's like, "Oh my gosh, Jim, how you doing?" And I thought it was Mirka, but it wasn't. It was the one before her.
Oh, Vanessa?
No,
Lizette, maybe.
It's probably Lizette.
Little tiny. She did. Vanessa. Okay, she did the in front of the ball.
Yeah. Really good job too.
Yeah.
That video.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Yeah. It's like, where the heck were you hiding?
Yeah.
But she's down in LA now doing something with I think the homeless or something like that, or
some, I think not for profit organization that helps out in the community.
Yeah. So it was fun, and I'm glad I didn't go, "Oh, hey, America." It's like so.
Well, hopefully that program continues beyond you leaving and stuff.
Did you start it?
Yeah. I mean, here's the thing. I can't take credit necessarily for starting it. Actually, the person that brought it to our attention was Caitlin Behringer.
Okay.
Early on, and she said, "Hey, I've heard of this program. This is something you guys might want to look into." And so I know John and I talked about it, right away. Shared it with Dan, our city manager, and he's all about development and growth, and again goes back to knowing that the city is really shorthanded. Like, how can we put two programs together that do great things, right? Apprenticeship, innovative, programs to.
So how is it that the fellowship is any different than just hiring somebody? Is it supported by another agency or?
Yeah, so it's actually part of it's an AmeriCorps, the federal AmeriCorps program, and they get federal funding. And then the fellows actually are taking place all throughout the United States. So one of the things that people don't realize is that not only while they're being a fellow here in Santa Paula, they go throughout the year and interact with fellows that are doing similar things throughout the United States.
Oh, wow.
And it's funny, when they go, they're like, "We're from Santa Paula and our population, is like 31,000. And they're interacting with fellows where they're in a city in the Midwest and their population in their town is 5,000 people.
Yeah.
So they're like, "Oh, wow, you are a big city,
Yeah,
Ooh,
exactly.
how you doing?"
Big Santa Paula.
Yeah.
Ooh.
So I have a question. Are you going to bring that to Moore Park?
Oh, yeah, without a doubt. Definitely want to see.
Similar size city for the most part. They probably could use that as well.
I know. I don't know all of their programs that they like, but I know that they're big believers in internship programs, and supporting development.
And that's important that we do that, give them opportunities, because what's the next generation? They need to get that experience. So having a program like this is a great opportunity for development.
So, all right. So we got the fellows. We got the. I forgot what your first thing was that you were most proud of.
Oh, just the Measure R and
Measure R,
relationships with the community.
As a what would you say one of your most professional accomplishments, as far as something that was the most self gratifying?
Self kind of is writing grants.
Grants?
So the grant that we got with the Ventura County Transportation Commission for the bike trail pathway. I mean, this was in my earlier days. I mean, it must have been my second year in with the city. And that grant opportunity came across my desk because one of the things I worked on was a lot of the larger grants for the city. And putting that together. And again, you got to remember, everybody's like so busy. And then there's this new guy over here and he's like, well, hey, there's a grant. And, trying to figure out like, working with the different departments to get the different components that you need to like help put a successful grant application together. And I always knew it was, Dan Singer, our city manager. It was his big vision plan from the get-go. When we sat down together, he said, Jonathan, I envision one day, like, how do we figure out how to build that bike trail pathway?
Oh, really?
Edge to edge, in the city. Like, let's figure it out. That's just a big priority in the background. And so when that came across my desk, I was like, this is a perfect opportunity to get it. And we were able to get $1.5 million.
Wow.
So personally, for me, I was like, I had gotten other grants too.
Yeah.
I mean, gosh, the first week that I started, I was like, oh, I spent my first week working on a grant.
Okay.
Which we got, but this was like a big win.
Yeah.
And now it's doubled in terms of, quantifiable in terms of getting larger, because we got the 1.5 million. Now we're in the middle of doing design and construction. We've had, not construction, I should say, design work. And we've been out talking with the schools. We've been out in the community. We've had workshops to get input on the design. And that allowed us now to go for another grant opportunity through BCTC for $4.2 million to help pay for the construction.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And so we haven't, that one hasn't been realized yet. It's in SCAG's hands right now. But I've got good fingers crossed that that's going to come through for us. And so
That'll be huge.
it's going to be huge for the community because, I mean, it impacts everybody, right? Seniors, youth, people, who might not have mobility issues or don't have a vehicle. Imagine being able to get on a bike or take a run or go to the grocery store safely and get to the other side of town. For other parts of the community, we have the new sports park that just opened up, right? This is going to intersect with the new bridge that's looking at being built here in the next year. We're looking to break ground here in the next year. So it's all going to connect.
Yep.
And so 5-10 years from now, people are going to say, wow, man, that's pretty cool what they did. They put this bike trail pathway that connects the city from side to side.
Right.
It all started with a conversation many, many years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Exactly.
So, yeah.
So with you hear a lot about government and how it takes forever to do anything because it's just the nature of the beast. Do you feel like Santa Paula was less about the whole bureaucracy, or was it or is it just kind of like every other city?
In terms of like which like
getting things
national
done.
Politics or just
getting things done.
I think there's something to be said, and John maybe back me up on this one. Here in Santa Paula, a smaller community with great relationships, it's easier to go door to door and just say, hey, let's talk about it. Like, how do we figure this out and how do we move something forward and make it happen? In much larger cities, you've got larger departments, a lot more layers, more politics involved on the dais. And so that can make things difficult. Whereas here, it's like you can have a conversation and normally hammer things out.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, no, I think we do get a lot more done, especially the last 5 years since you've been here. You've seen so many things that have happened and what we've gone through that you can move things along a little faster. I mean, it's just, like I said, we went through COVID and getting grant stuff for businesses, doing other things, and then Measure R was probably the best example of it. Going, talking to people, going door to door if we had to do that, and then getting the nonprofits and the other community-based organizations in a room together to start talking about how we move this forward. That happens all the time.
So Tim is giving you a shout out, saying, "Good luck, my brother. Don't forget about us."
Oh, definitely not.
He says hi to you and me, and he said, "Going to miss you around here."
Oh,
so
thank you, Tim.
Yeah.
Appreciate the kind words. So,
I'm happy to have Tim in our corner. That's what I'm happy about.
Yeah. Well, no, I mean, Tim's a great guy. I mean, he's always brought forward, from the day I started, things that were concerns that were important. He, feels with the community, things that maybe weren't being addressed or things that needed to be corrected. And that kind of feedback, in my opinion, that's what makes us better.
Right.
Right. So
a lot of times you don't know what's going on.
Right.
Especially like city staff, when they're focusing on so many things, they don't sometimes miss something. And that's where I was like, something that I would do, I'd bring it up, or some other people would bring it up. And it's just like, not that you intentionally didn't know,
right?
But it's just fact. I was like, oh, I didn't realize this was happening here. So let's address this too. And then you guys have always been good about addressing certain things.
I mean, even for me as like a PIO, right, in that role, when members of the community are saying, hey, like this doesn't make sense, or why is this, happening the way it is? Well, in my opinion, it's kind of, we fail to kind of explain it to the public then.
Right.
We're either using we're not doing enough, or we're using language that doesn't translate, doesn't make sense. And so people they're not getting the word, and they're not hearing it. So they think that either we're ineffective, or they can't trust us, or that we're not doing our job.
And it's hard to communicate to everybody. And the first thing is they don't trust.
Yep.
So I'm sure as a PIO, it's hard to make sure you get everything covered.
Mm-hmm.
You're always going to miss something. Oh
yeah.
But
all right, so we have Taste of Santa Paula coming up tomorrow.
Yeah. Yes, tomorrow night.
And we're saying goodbye to you tomorrow.
Yes.
So
all right, just do me one favor. Look into that camera. Give us a big smile. Look at that. I just want to capture those teeth. I want them on record. So
give you a snapshot just as teeth.
Yeah. So now are people able to come someplace to say goodbye to you in person, or?
Yeah. So tomorrow at Gunsmoke Barbecue from 4:30 to 6:30, we'll have like a little after hours, kind of going away thing there. It's mainly, city staff and all that, but it's open to everybody. So,
oh, nice.
Come down.
I do some work for Gunsmoke, so.
Oh, yeah, there you go. Yeah.
Nice.
Great food and
So
it's right across the street from it's I'm trying to piggyback on the Taste of Santa Paula, that's what I'm doing.
And when does Santa Paula start?
The taste starts at 5, goes 5 to 8. So go visit Jonathan, give your hugs and say goodbye, and then come over.
Okay.
Yeah.
That was conveniently planned.
Yeah. So, it all worked out.
So, when I go into Gunsmoke, he makes the deviled eggs for me, the cornbread, and I get a flatbread pizza with light sauce and light cheese.
Yeah.
So that's all I get there. So I walk through the door and it's like, okay, let's get the flatbread going, and
nice,
but good people. So what are you gonna miss most, aside from me and John?
The people. Yeah. The people and the relationships here. That's always the biggest part, right?
Mm-hmm.
You spend the majority of your time here, in town working more so than you do with your family, right? I see my wife and my kids a couple hours every night, except for on the weekends and all that. So it's really the people here that are doing the work.
Yeah.
So
it's a special community, and you've learned that over the years. I mean, every city's great, but something about Santa Paula, just the people and everything. So
Dan reminded me just the other day, we were talking about like the relationships and getting to know people, and he's like, so you're going to Moore Park. He's like, do you know anybody over there besides the staff? And I was like, some of the staff, and like, no, I don't. So I guess I get to start all over.
Yeah.
So,
and that's fine, because you're expanding yourself professionally too.
Yeah.
So that's going to help you down the line too.
So John, although he's leaving the chamber, he's still a resident here.
Yes.
Yeah.
So he will still be very much visible.
Mm-hmm.
You don't live in Santa Paula. So will we ever see you again?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I mean, cruise nights and coming. My mother-in-law is like fell in love with Rabelais. The kids, my boy grew up here. I mean, I brought him sometimes, to work, when he wasn't feeling good or whatever, he came out here. And I mean, the little guy, he was like, let's go to Best Barbecue today, or, here,
Lots of some lunches, didn't it?
Yeah, I'm telling you, man. So, the family felt, I hear, a lot of people don't know this. I fell in love with Santa Paula long before I started working here. I had good friends in Ventura, and they said, "Hey, you want to go to a cruise night?" And I said, "That sounds fun. I love cars." And where's it at? Santa Paula. I'm like, "Where's that?"
Yeah.
And that's the unfortunate thing, is that
That's what most people
you know,
say. Yeah,
and I lived in Ventura County for maybe like at that time, 4 years
Yeah.
or so, and I had bounced around between Ventura and Oxnard and Cam, and so I came out here, and I'm like, holy cow! Like this is a one of a kind, unique, charming city.
Yeah.
I mean, what city in California have you been to that has a cool clock tower like us, or the Union Oil building, or just when you walk down, cruise night in the evening and the sun's going down and all the cars, and
it's got a great.
I can't tell you one that I've seen recently that looks like that.
I mean, what small city like that has a magic shop?
Yeah, and an escape room.
I know.
No, that's true.
So
Anyway, lots
Right.
of great stuff to offer here in Santa Paula. It's like we just need to. That's one of the things that we were going to work on more of this year, and we've got a budget to do it. So I'm sure my predecessor will, work on it as well. But is marketing Santa Paula, just getting people to get out here for the day and find Santa Paula. So
Yeah. And more and more people are learning about it.
Yeah.
So it's I find more and more people now are going like, oh my gosh, yeah, Santa Paula. I know where Santa Paula is.
Mm-hmm.
So the coffee with the cops tomorrow morning, or it's this morning.
It was postponed.
And so that's been postponed for a later date. So we have the Taste of Santa Paula, and the cruise nights are done now.
Final cruise night is
Friday.
this Friday.
Friday.
Yep.
Okay.
That's 5:30 to 7:30.
So come out to the final one, and will you be there, Jonathan?
Cruise night? Yeah, I'll be there.
So they can say goodbye to you one
Yes,
more time.
Yeah, so it'll be a cruise night.
We're gonna
as well
set
with
up
my
a booth,
family.
and we're gonna set up a booth.
Yeah.
He's gonna have a chair there.
Yeah.
And people can just come up and
Kissing booth.
Yeah,
Photo
photo booth.
and
Oh,
With the guy with the teeth.
with
Yeah,
the teeth.
exactly.
Oh, nice. I'll
So,
be there.
Yeah, so there'll be a donation jar. So they're going to donate to, keep the teeth white.
Yeah, I know. Keep the pearly whites.
There you go. So, but
Well, I will say honestly, Jonathan, I will miss you. You are the reason why I am as engaged as I am with the city, and I really appreciate that. And if that changes, I will haunt you till the day you die.
he's only about a 30-minute drive away. So
I know.
Go
You
find
gotta,
him.
You got the videos. The fellows are already tuned in. They've got your
Oh, yeah.
contact, but they've got a long list of videos that we never just got around to shooting.
Oh, nice.
So yeah, you'll want to reach out to Nicole and Gloria and
So I was told Sammy was going to be the one that would be for the chamber, right?
yes,
Working
yes,
with
yes.
her for the chamber, and then I'll be
You
working.
know how it rolls. You get to work with all of them. So.
Nice.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's the advantage of having that. You get to work with all three.
Yeah.
So lucky me.
They all do a little. They all dabble in different areas. So
And John, when is your last day?
The 17th.
The
My
17th.
last day. So a couple more.
Now,
weeks.
for the record,
Mm-hmm.
the radio show, the podcast that we do, you will still be an active part of it.
Yes.
Jonathan will still be the invisible co-host.
From afar.
Well, I think we should do is we should just video him in. Maybe maybe once a quarter you kind of join us and
Yeah.
give us an update of what's going on in your life.
Hey, yeah.
Yeah, we can do that. We can
Zoom
do
me
it.
in.
Yeah, we could definitely bring you in through StreamYard.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think that would be great. 'Cause, you're part of the community. Everybody,
Oh,
You know,
thank you.
so-
Thank you.
I mean, we've always wanted to know what's going on. So
So-
yeah.
And Tim said he's going to call in sick from work on Friday. So he can go to
I don't know if
cruise
you were
night.
supposed to announce that.
Oh, maybe I wasn't. Oh, shoot.
Oh,
Sorry.
yeah. Oh well.
Anyway, thank you, Jonathan.
Yeah.
We really appreciate everything you've done, and I appreciate everything you've done for me.
Oh.
And we will.
Yeah.
We'll
I
stay
know
in
you get a
touch.
little emotional. So yeah. No, I mean it's been a pleasure for me. Great partnership we've had. We're friends, so we're always going to
Yeah.
continue to be friends and get together. We'll
Yeah.
stay in touch with each other. I still want to go out and do a once a month lunch with you too.
Yeah.
We'll still
Yeah.
go out and do that
Yeah.
stuff. So
You
but
got
yeah.
a once a month lunch?
Yeah, we'll go.
Yeah.
But we talk strategy about
It's
the
funny.
stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We
never
do.
got
We
that.
talk
Yeah.
business.
We've done that from the
Yeah.
beginning when he first started, just to make
Yeah.
sure we follow ups of PBID and some other things that we set up. And so
You never did anything like that with me.
I do a weekly podcast with you. We can talk.
But
yeah,
he has never done any kind of a lunch or breakfast or anything like that.
But I was
Yeah.
representing him too.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
just,
exactly.
So yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and you got limited options where you
I-
can eat
yeah,
too. So
I know.
that's
I do.
So
I feel like out filming and stuff.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. You
Yeah,
interact.
go do your job.
Exactly.
All right.
Anyway,
Well, this
All right.
another episode is in the can. Jonathan, we will miss you, but hey, we will stream you in sometime.
Yeah.
Get you in here and find out what's going on in your life in Moore Park, and who knows, maybe the valley can expand.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
we'll do a video
The
again. one
podcast
day.
to expand, right?
yeah.
To expand. Yeah.
Yep. All right, we'll see y'all next week. Don't forget cruise night. Last one is on Friday, and Taste of Santa Paula is tomorrow night. So support our local restaurants.
Tickets are available at the door. So
Huh?
tickets are available at the door.
All right, they are available. Cool. And that will be at the Palazzo.
Yep.
All right. See y'all next week.
This has been a Rough Edge Studios production.